Right, we're beginning to get somewhere with a game, and you can see where this is going. At the end of the day, I can whack beetles, and you can see how many have I whacked so far. I don't know, I've lost count. Turns out I've whacked 10 beetles so far. But not much of a game because I'm up to 16, and quite frankly, this could be a very long video if I carried on. So how can we turn this into a meaningful game? Well, I think the only way we could do this at the moment is maybe we could have a timer set at 10 seconds. When the game starts, you've got to whack as many as you can, and then the game will stop after 10 seconds. That's all there is to it. And you can see how many beetles you've whacked. That would work as a game. You could challenge your friends. So here's the thing. How do we do that? Now, to do it, we need to make a timer. And making a timer, you'd thought Scratch actually would have come up with a nice simple thing, but they kind of haven't. You have to manually make it yourself. But it's really not very difficult at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to variables, where we made our score variable here. I'm going to make a new variable that I'm going to call timer. And I'm going to press OK. Now, the way this works is when the game starts, timer set to 0, knock off one, timer set to 10, my apologies, then every second knock one off until it reaches 0 when you stop the game. And that's going to be your task. But here's the thing. I want to show you a new place that you can put code. Because the timer isn't really about the beetle or the hammer, it's about the game itself. So it's not a great idea to drop the code for a timer on the beetle or on the hammer. So you're probably thinking, well, if it's not going on the beetle and it's not going on the hammer, where else can code go? And the answer is there are, in fact, let's move that out of the way for a moment, there are 3 things in this game: beetle, hammer, and the stage or the backdrop. Now, over here on the right hand side you can see it says stage and it says backdrops here, funny enough. And if I click on it, you'll notice that the code stuff can be dropped onto here, onto the backdrop. That's what we're going to do in a moment. Just so you know, if you wanted to change that white background, all you've got to do is press this button down here, and the easiest way to is choose a backdrop, and you can choose one from the library, like Blue Sky. So we've got hammers and flying beetles. Well, it works. Of course, you still have the option to paint your own backgrounds or get a surprise one or upload a backdrop. And if you're not happy with the backdrop that you've got, you can just click up here for backdrops and you can bin the one that you don't want. So we'll go back to a plain white background. But we can go back here and put code. And this is what the challenge that I'm going to give you now. I'm going to give you the blocks and see if you can get it to work. So we're going to put some code on the stage, and the blocks we're going to need is events when the game starts. So when the game starts, we're going to need to set one of our variables to being 10. And then we're going to need to wait 1 second, and then we would need to change the variable by -1. Back to variables, change the variable by -1. So 10 becomes 9, becomes 8, becomes 7, becomes 6. Now, here's a bit of maths for you. In control, we have this block that says repeat, and it says 10 times. And also we have this one that says stop all. Just using those blocks and using a bit of common sense on your part, can you make it so that when the timer reaches 0, the game stops? See if you can solve it.